Hi, it's Sydney, and welcome to my May 2023 collection haul for manga. And I'm going to be starting today with series that I am keeping up to the latest volumes on, things I haven't fallen way behind on. So I'm going to start with Viz. First of all, we have a single volume release, JoJo 6251, which is an art book. I believe it's the first art book over in the West. I may be wrong on that. Next up, we have JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 5, Volume 8, which is the semi-final volume. Next up, we have Chojin X, Volume 2. Then we have the only shoujo beat title that came out this month that I'm picking up, which is My Special One, Volume 2. Next up, we have Helk, Volume 3, starting the Shonen Sunday line. Then we have the other volume in the Shonen Sunday line, Mao, Volume 11. Then we have the first volume of the Shonen Jump line, Ayashimon, Volume 2. This was actually a very weird misprint. A lot of the panels are kind of cut off at the bottom and printed over on the top. I don't know if that can be told easily, but you can kind of see a bit of a cut here. I'm going to try and get this returned. Next up, we have Sakamoto Days Volume 8. Then we have Dark Gathering, the debut volume, Volume 1. Then we have Mashal, Muscles and Magic, Volume 12. And that's everything for the Viz line. Now I have a couple Tokyo Pop releases. My coworker Has a Secret, the debut, Volume 1. And Sengoku Yoko, the debut, Volume 1 as well, from the creator of Looster and the Biscuit Hammer. Next up, I'm going to be covering the oversized 7 Seas releases from this month. First of all, the debut volume of Last Game. This is an old shoujo series that's getting printed for the first time in English, actually. Then we have Marmalade Boy Volume 2, another older shoujo series, but this has come out in the US, it's just in singles. Then we have My Stepmother and Stepsisters Aren't Wicked. I believe this came out in April, but I just got it in May. We have the debut volume of Soloist in a Cage. Then we have the debut volume of the popular manhwa webtoon, Who Made Me a Princess. And lastly, we have the second volume of Yokohama Kaidashi Kiko. I'm going to cover the 2 Udon releases this month. I believe this first volume came out in April, but I got it in May. And that's Persona 4 Arena 1 and Persona 4 Arena 2. I got the Barnes & Noble exclusive covers because if there's an exclusive cover, I'm going to want to get it. Next, I'm going to cover the standard size Yen Press releases. First of all, we have the debut volume of Elden Ring, The Road to Erdtree, which is Volume 1. This is a comedic take on Elden Ring, not as serious as the game. Then we have the 4th volume of Fiancé Chosen by the Ring, a great little shoujo. And then we have the debut volume of Reborn as a Vending Machine, I Now Wander the Dungeon. I want more people to read this, it's real good. Then we have the 3rd volume of The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter, a BL Isekai. And then we have the 2nd volume of popular Oshinoko. And lastly, for Yen Press's standard sizes, we have the 2nd volume of Honey Lemon Soda. And now for the 7 Seas standard size releases, we have Haunted Bookstore, Volume 3. 2.5 Dimensional Seduction, Volume 6. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, Fafnir the Recluse, Volume 2. The Weakest Tamer Began on a Journey to Pick Up Trash, Volume 3. World Insulte, Volume 2, by the same creator as Looster and the Biscuit Hammer. And lastly, My Happy Marriage, Volume 3. Now I'm going to do the oversized Yen Press release and the Ise Press releases for this month. So first of all, we have the Yakuza's Bias, Volume 1, the debut volume. Then we have Magical Girl Incident, another debut volume. For the two Ise Press releases we have this month, I have Villains Are Destined to Die, Volume 3, and a debut volume, A Business Proposal, Volume 1. Literally just saw this in a bookstore, read a chapter, and fell in love. Next up, we have a single Titan manga volume, which is Adam the Beginning, Volume 4. And then lastly, we're going to be covering 3 Kodansha comics, starting with technically the final volume. The series is on indefinite hiatus, PTSD Radio, Volume 3, which collects volumes 5 and 6 of the Japanese version. And then we have the debut volume of Quality Assurance in Another World. I believe this came out in April, but we got it late, unfortunately. And lastly, for this side, we have Twilight Out of Focus, Volume 1. This does have some NSFW stuff in there. It's really good, though. Now on to the second half of the video. We're going to be covering the legacy pickups from May of 2023. I'm going to start off with a giant stack of Tokyo Pop releases. I have volumes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, and 17 of Sergeant Frog. This puts me at only having 2 volumes left till the series is completed. Found it at a steal at a secondhand store. Then we have the only vertical release that I got Legacy this month, which is Blood on the Tracks Volume 3. Then we have a massive Yen Press omnibus called When a Magician's Pupil Smiles. My partner picked this up. I don't particularly have any interest in it. And then we're going to get into the Yen Press releases. First of all, we have Goblin Slayer Volume 6 and Goblin Slayer Volume 7. Then we have Cross-Dressing Villainess Cecilia Sylvie Volumes 1 and 2. And then we have Square Enix, where I only have one series, which is The Apothecary Diaries Volumes 1 and 2. Then we have a single 7 Seas release that I picked up, which is I Am in Love with a Villainess Volume 1. This got me up to date with the series. Then we have a couple Dark Horse releases that I picked up, which is Volume 1 of Chobits in this large omnibus, and Volume 2 of R.G. Veda in another large omnibus. Then we have our Viz releases for the Legacy pickups. The only one in the Viz Kids line, Pokemon Zoroark. Then we have our 2 Viz Sigs, which are Dorohedoro Volume 3 and Asadora Volume 1. And then the rest of my pickups are in the Shoujo Beat line. So first of all, we have Aoharu Ride, Volume 1. Then we have Volumes 3, 4, and 6 of Dengeki Daisy. Then we have Volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Imakoi, Now I'm in Love. And lastly, we have 2 omnibuses of Maid Sama, which is Volumes 5 to 6 and Volumes 7 to 8. And that's all the pickups that I had in May of 2023. When going to post the reading log, hopefully in the next couple weeks or so. Those take longer for me to put out. There's a lot more talking I have to do in them, as you can tell by the length. But I appreciate any feedback you have in the comments. Let me know if there's anything I can do to improve, and thank you so much for still watching. Have a good one. Bye.